All right. All right. What's up, everybody? You should be seeing me and my Ableton screen and hearing the normal audio coming through YouTube right off. So let me just pull that down a little bit for the intro. What we're doing today is we're going to hook up audio directly from my Ableton output to your Ableton input, which means we could turn off the whole entire internet. Whoa. Stop. There's a plugin called ListenTo. The company is AudioMovers. And what I'm doing is I'm dropping this on my master channel. You can see it right there at the end of my master bus, ListenTo. I don't know if you can see when I expand the plugin window, but what this does is it lets us send audio directly out of Ableton in full quality. No compression, no limiting, no data compression like the YouTube does. And you can drop the same plugin on the receiver end, or the receiver version of the plugin in your Ableton, and get audio coming through, or you can grab a link and drop it in the browser and get audio coming through right there. It's a really cool way to share sound. It's going to solve the problem of trying to teach high quality audio on a crappy transmission system. I want to teach stuff about reverb and EQ and mixing and even sound design that sometimes YouTube, the broadcast just doesn't really let you get the details clearly. Like you can see what I'm doing on the screen, you can hear that it's happening, but it's not actually, you're not actually hearing the full quality thing. And I want you to hear the full quality. So we are going to hook up this, this can be a little workshop. Like I just pressed stop. You know, do you ever come into school one day and the teacher's like they barely made it to work and they sit there and they come into class and they're like, I don't have a lesson plan. You guys just do your homework in class today. And they're like fucking sitting there drinking coffee. This class is a little bit like that. We're going to do our homework in class together today. So what I want you to do is look at the YouTube description, go to the AudioMovers website and download the plugin called ListenTo. It's free for you to download for Mac or PC. And you can get to, when you install it, it was a pretty quick install for me. What you want to get is, audience, is the plugin called Receiver. So ListenTo is like the plugin and Receiver. I don't know if you can see the plugin window. I don't think, oh, you can. Oh, good. So when I'm broadcasting, you know, I log in and everything. I name the session, grab this link, and I also put the link in the YouTube description. So when you look at the YouTube tab that you're looking at, you can click that link. It'll open in your browser. And I just press play, and you'll be able to get audio from your browser. But what I really want you to do is download the plugin, get it going inside Live, and set it to receive so you can get like the perfect audio quality. Eventually, where we're going with this is I would like to be able to do audio from Ableton directly, perfect quality, use Discord for our chat and Hangout, because that's kind of a much better like interactive thing. You know, on YouTube, I can see you typing comments on a 45-second delay, but Discord is much more like a conversation where I'm hoping we'll be able to set up our voice channels in Discord so we can see each other like a Zoom call, like a group Zoom call, but not a boring one, a cool one, where we can talk in real time on Discord. I can show you stuff I'm doing in Ableton, and you'll hear the audio perfectly through Ableton so that it's not all crinkly and compressed and crappy sounding sound. So ideally, that's where we're going to get to. I'm not sure about latency and synchronization and everything, but it looks like Pivclit at Mighty Vibrations got this working. Morton, how are you doing with the broadcast? And by the way, the audio we're listening to is a couple of house beat stems that Mindbender made, and then I'm playing with some little loops I recorded doing resampling. But whoever's watching, say hi so I know you're there, and let me know how you're doing on the progress with the download and installation. Might have taken, 5 minutes or something. And if you're curious about the settings, check this out. The quality, when I initiated the plugin, it defaulted to AAC 128 KB per second. I just went down here and selected PCM 16-bit. You can go up to 32-bit streaming directly to somebody else's Ableton input in studio. So if they're playing live through an audio interface on nice speakers, you could test master recordings and do A/B comparison of masters running 32-bit sound directly through Ableton Live, and then just talk on the phone and be like, yeah, it's like, it's good or not, whatever. It's incredible. I remember in the early 2000s. Oh shit, Pivclit, the YouTube is also playing the music. So what we want to do is have my voice in YouTube with no sound, and then, oh, what if I do this? All right, now I'm playing out the AudioMovers broadcast, and I'm talking right here, and I just muted the YouTube stream. My stream is going group 1, 2, right? So if I just undo that, 1, 2, to okay. Can you Piv? Can you Piv? Can you tell me if you're hearing right at this moment when I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Are you hearing the YouTube audio and my voice? Because I set up my board so that I think only my voice is going out to the YouTube stream, and the because I need to monitor in headphones. I need to monitor my Ableton as it's going out AudioMovers through the mixer here. So right now, as I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can you tell me is only my voice on YouTube, like it's a YouTube player only voice, and oh, good. Now your voice is in YouTube and music in Ableton. Perfect. That's what we need. That means we'll be able to do the video and voice on one whole platform like Discord or YouTube or whatever, and the audio in another one. And let's do some synchronizing tests. So what I'm going to do right now is stop and start the track just with a simple beat. And if you could tell me, how does the screen share sync with the audio from AudioMovers? All right, so I'm going to be here. 2, 3, 4. We'll even go like this. So as I'm starting and stopping with the metronome, are you hearing it synchronized in AudioMovers? Like, how does the visual start-stop look? Because that would be handy to know that when I'm doing something on the screen, like, you know, soloing something and doing a whatever adjustment. Like, for me, that filter is moving on the beat. But I don't know if it's synchronized for you, seeing it on screen and hearing it in AudioMovers. So we might have to deal with that. And who else? Who else is watching? Let me know if you're watching, how you're doing with this. What we're trying to do, if you just came in a minute ago, is we're setting up the AudioMovers plugin so I can send audio directly out of Ableton Live, directly over to your computer input with no latency and with perfect quality, 16-bit PCM quality. These are like the same settings if you're exporting a track from Live and you choose 24-bit PCM. The quality that it exports your final mix is the same quality this plugin uses for streaming directly out. So there's 2 links in the YouTube description. One is a link to get the plugin for free and install it, and then the other link is a link to my session, which is unique to today right here. So if you ever want to use this for transmitting, you have to sign up for like $20 a month or something. But what you do is you come in and name your session. It'll create a new link, and then you can share that link with people. You can even password protect it, and then that's how you get to broadcast. So basically what they did is they made a plugin that's free for the listeners, and whoever wants to broadcast has to pay to reach the audience and everything. Oh yes, Piv, almost no latency between music and YouTube. All right, that is super cool. That is super duper cool. I'll give you a second to answer. I don't know if this is going to be the most interesting workshop in the world, but for me, it's super exciting because it gives us a way to connect much better sound over the internet and use it for screen share, streaming, whatever. Or even like group meetups if we wanted to do. Mindbender can't get it to work. So which part are you stuck at? Here's the basic thing. If you click on the session, like if you go to the YouTube description and click where it says session link for ListenTo, does that open a browser tab with the music playing in it? Because when I did that, I'll show you exactly what I did. So here's the video details. When I click that link in the YouTube video, it opened up this little window. And so Morton, it opened this little window. So the first test you could do is just click the link, see if it opens up a browser window with the sound playing. And then the second part of the test is to get the plugin working inside Live. So if we have some glitches at 10th, let's go up to like half a second and see if that gets better. Morton, I'd rather have crappy sound than a crappy interface. Oh, so AudioMovers is a crappy interface for you right now? That makes sense. I know it's nice that YouTube we've gotten it to be pretty reliable, so it works all the time. But if this can get set up, Morton, refresh the YouTube window that you're looking at. It's right in the description of the video for today. You might have to look at the see more thing. There's a link that says get the free plugin here, and then it says session link for ListenTo receiver, and there's just like a blue link you could just click to get directly right into the video. So when I'm looking at the video as a viewer, if you're seeing my screen, got a lot of windows open. I'm talking about the link that's right there. Actually, I'll just click it. Opens a new tab. And then there's AudioMovers. And you hear that come through my mic as a second one. Michael Tang works for me on Safari and Live 11 beta. Oh, cool. Thank you so much for saying that. Morton got it working. Yeah. All right, cool. So if you have it coming through in Ableton and Live, if everybody has that working, that means we'll be able to essentially ditch YouTube completely for some of these Hangouts and go into Discord, get our Discord crew open, and let's see if I can open this. And we'll be able to do voice channel Hangouts in Discord. Now, I'm not going to test voice channels in Discord at the same time as streaming because that means I have to send the audio interface a different input. But I would love it to be able to see you guys on. Here's what I want. I want to see you on video with a couple people. When someone asks a question, we can all see the person. We can all hear their voice and hear the question. And then I can answer the question in live. You can see my screen, hear the audio. It'll sound clean. And we'll have this like really cool kind of multiplayer game happening, except it's live instead of whatever other game. And now I got some beats too. All right, so Discord is booting up. Yeah, do your homework in class today, hang out. It's a really snowy day here today too. I'm so glad I can be inside and do this stuff. It is snowing like crazy, and there's not a lot going on outside. So let's do another quick little tour of Discord. This is the Discord server for Mixotexture. On the left are channels, so production talk. The word for these containers or threads or something is channels. And there's a bunch of stuff where we, talk about whatever, blah, blah, blah. The groups is going to grow with maybe regional groups for people in the same time zone, so we'll work on that. Feedback is where you post your tracks and links. And what we're going to get into next, and I've been waiting to do this for a long time, the voice channels, announcements, free talk, track feedback, crew. I'm not going to click this right now, but when you click this, it opens up a little video thing where you can choose your mic input and choose your camera input, and anybody else who clicks into that same voice channel automatically joins the chat. It's like a group chat where you can hook up audio and video. And let's see, if you edit channel, auto video quality, you can limit the number of users. All right, I was looking for where to set up my, oh, it's down here. Okay, so when you go to get into your voice channel, that's cool. I'm listening to that sound. Now we can have our audio input output devices, mic check, blah, 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 video settings, test video, and choose your cameras and all that. Perfect. Even video backgrounds and a lot of the same stuff you'll see in Skype or Zoom for video connections. It's a crazy piece of sound, right? Two, three, four. Oh my gosh, Morton got some work, beats working, can sample everybody else, recordings working. Just play with a couple of these layers. Let me know if anybody, if you're watching and you have a question, let me know. Maybe I can help you get it set up and working. All we're trying to do is get the AudioMovers plugin installed on your system and dropped on your master channel. And if you're watching, what you want to do is get to your plugins and grab ListenTo Receiver. I'm using the ListenTo Transmission because I'm transmitting. You want to drop the Receiver plugin on a channel. And hey, here's a question. What do you have to do after you drop the Receiver plugin? Do you have to set monitor input or click like start receiving or something? Because I had a red button that said start transmission that I had to click, and then I saw the VU meter. So when you're using it as a listener, do you have to like start the channel or set your audio inputs or do anything else? That's one thing I can't check when I'm transmitting. Totally, you could resample everybody. So watch out when you guys are playing those bass and drum beats at the end of your tracks on feedback, because we might actually be able to sample each other. Oh wow, Piv had glitches, but then you set Ableton to 44.1 and it fixed it. All right, cool. So my project sample rate is 44.1. All right, that's a good note to make. I got to remember that. We got to have the listener set your project sample rate to the same one to be able to receive smooth. Well, I got a huge buffer size right now, so that's not going to be so good for latency. But I'll leave that for the moment. And not now. Back on here. All right, who else is watching? Who has questions? If you're just coming in, what we're doing is setting up direct Ableton to Ableton connections using a plugin called ListenTo from AudioMovers. And in the YouTube video and the more information, there's a link to get the free plugin, which is free for you as a listener, and a link to the stream. So the first thing you can do is click where it says session link for ListenTo Receiver. Click the link under there. It'll open up a little browser tab that has this audio coming through from my Ableton system directly. And the reason we're doing this is to get into sharing high quality audio, plus using Discord for a video chat hangout, so we can have people hanging out together and I can see you, you can see me. It's not just typing with a 30, 45-second delay. And I think it's going to be a lot more fun. And hopefully some other people are going to start transmitting, like when DJ Waters is doing his crazy ass kick drum sessions or something like that. I would love to see sessions where people are actually sharing their work, well, in live. Did we just get a Matt Schultz dub techno track coming in? Oh, good. Nice, nice, nice. And what we're listening to is some bent audio that I resampled and did in the last workshop with sound design. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to hang out and help. We're not doing a big production workshop today because I wanted to just run through AudioMovers and get this working and see how it goes. And maybe tomorrow we could possibly test some of the Discord voice channels before track feedback or something like that. Because if we could just do, what would happen if we could do everything in Discord and not even do YouTube for interactions? That would be kind of fun. I mean, I'll still put up YouTube videos because a lot of people are on there. But if we could have our track feedback, our whole entire track feedback as a private voice channel in Discord of course you can, but if everybody can come in and be part of it there, I think that would be super cool. And easier to organize. We wouldn't have to share links. You could just go there, click in, it'd be on. How would that work with replays, though? Piv, do you know anything about a voice channel, like recording voice channel sessions, or if there's any kind of replay function after you click out of a voice channel? I'm guessing there isn't, because it's kind of just an instant thing and not like a recording playback. But maybe there is. I don't know. Morton, you love this. Do you love the AudioMovers or the sound that's happening? Let me give Morton some props. So Mindbender is a really prolific producer. And what he did was he made some stems. So just... Okay, this is only the Mindbender sound. So we got kick drum. Pretty straight up. And I think I did a little low pass, because that kick was pretty bright, right? Oh, Piv, you record everything with QuickTime, so I might have to record, if we're doing track feedback completely in Discord with AudioMovers, then possibly I would have to record with QuickTime and make a backup for Adam Hatfield, who's down under. So we got the kick drum stem, and this is so cool that Mindbender produced these drum beats and exported audio files after some analog processing. And what I like about them is the gaps and the breaks. Check this out, coming up right here. One, two, three, four. And just a little glitch that makes a turnaround, like rhythmically, it like turns the beat around and gets ready for the next section. So instead of just a 1-bar loop, you've got this. And the hi-hat one is where it really gets interesting. And these stems are available in Discord. There's a link for them somewhere a little farther up. Hey, Paul Robinson, good. So Paul, do you have it working with the, tell us what you got set up so far. I'm curious if you have AudioMovers working or if you're listening in the web browser, and how easy was it for you to set up on a scale from 1 to 10, and what you would like for lunch. No, I'm kidding. I just want to know how your experience was. Look at all the variation in this. You can just see 16-bar blocks to make song structure, right? There's first 16, second 16, third 16, tambourine comes in. Fourth one, back to the opening again. So you can see what he's doing is layering up a few different simple sounds to create kind of a song structure, alternating between busy sections and then emptiness again to give you some buildups and breakdowns, and then an outro, and the kick drum's on a different channel. So this hi-hat track is what really gives the song a structure, just in this skeleton of empty beats. Instead of a 1-bar loop of kick, hi-hat, and snare, we've got a structure. The snare drum is pretty set in place. You know, there's a 48-bar section and like another 64 bars here, and then another probably, I don't know, 32 maybe. And I cut that to start at 17 because I was impatient. And then even the kick drum, although it's a brick wall, look what we got, 16 bars, 16, 16, and then, was that 32? Compared to the hi-hats, what do we got? 16, 16, 16, and then a long section. So when you take these audio files and press play all together, what comes out is pretty much a song structure of just purely rhythm. So you can download these stems, drop them into your timeline, and have 6 minutes of percussion that's going to go through variations and interesting repetitions, build up layers, and give you sections. So then you could lay in your bass lines on top of that, figure out which part of the track you want to have be the peak. I'll recommend somewhere around 2/3 of the way through, just like we talk about in track feedback all the time. And then add in, like, you know, maybe right here, bar 17 and bass line is going to come in, right? And there was that little like ding, ding, ding sound to give you a clue. Okay, Paul, if you installed the plugin, what you want to do is drop the receiver plugin. So in my plugins browser, I go to plugins, not audio effects. You have to go to the actual VST plugins folder. And if you have a bazillion of them, what you can do is go in the search bar and type just listen or listen to. And you want to grab the one called ListenTo Receiver and drop it on a new track. I want curry for dinner, no problem. Coming right up. How about okay. And you drop the listen to receiver plugin, and you'll see a button that looks something like a plugin like this, and you'll see something like start receiving. Mindbender says, yeah, feel free to use it as you like, cut up according to taste, referring to not only audio stems, but also curry for dinner. Who can type in an answer? Mindbender, what did you have to do when you dropped the receiver plugin? Did you get a button to press start receive? Or did you have to set your audio inputs? Or are there any more steps after you drop the plugin that Paul needs to do? Because I haven't seen it as a receiver for a couple months. So I just want to make sure he has the instructions. And then, Paul, what you're going to have is the audio you're hearing of the music is going to come directly through Ableton from this plugin, and my voice is going to be going only through YouTube. That's what we're trying to get to right here. And the rest of the time, I'm just going to party and bullshit and party. So we had a little gap with a little turnaround right there, and I dropped in some of this resampling audio that's going to go and build up into some kind of epic swell and sweep. Yeah, Paul, good. Try that and let us know. That's perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to do today, is just have a little music going, talk about a little bit of sound design or whatever, but basically have people getting together. Coming up, 3, 4, 6, 2. So that's a snare drum loop that I started sending into feedback and resampling. Oh, Piv, okay, so you had to take the link, put it in the top of the plugin, and press connect. Damn it, I should be writing this down. See what you made me do. Okay. Set project sample rate. And then, Paul, another detail in your settings, audio, in-out sample rate, set it to 44.1. That's what I'm broadcasting at, so it works better if you set your project sample rate to that same thing for less glitches. Michael Tang, how do you broadcast your voice? On a separate hardware mixer, or do you send everything to OBS? I'm using a program called Ecamm, and it's like OBS. It's just a little easier to use and fewer options. So I got my mic routed. Well, actually, I am using an analog mixing board where I have my mic going through an analog mixer, which is an audio interface. Essentially, what you want to do is go microphone into your audio interface, and then have your audio interface go to OBS or Ecamm or ATEM, Blackmagic switchers, or whatever you have. And then you can go to the output of your OBS and direct that to go to your stream key into YouTube or Facebook Live or wherever you're streaming. So analog mic, XLR cable, into your audio interface or mic, mixing board, audio interface. Then it becomes digital, and you can have the digital signal. You could have it go directly into the YouTube live streaming software, because YouTube has a place to input that. And let me know if that answers your question, because that's an important question. Mr. Melvis, all right, got it to work on Windows 10 with Ableton 11. The only weird part was seeing how to paste the link that in the client. Figured out it was just hooking Control V after you copy the link. Okay, so yes, 44.1, 16-bit, half 0.5 stream latency. Yes. Mr. Melvis, good. I'm glad you're here, because you have good, very literal communication of the technical stuff. And I'm writing notes on what people need to do. Set project sample rate. Who the hell made this noise? I'm not going to loop that one. Let's do the sweep resampling again. I feel like a turnaround is coming up again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how I knew that, but Mindbender's beats are programmed with 16-bar sections where you can feel it, like it's been 16, there's a turnaround coming, and then you can launch a new sound at the turnaround. Kind of doing a bunch of topics at once right now. What I'm talking about here is these sections of beats are laid out on a grid of, or a time of timing, 32 bar, 16 bar, whatever. And somehow those little rhythmic signals where there's a gap right here, or a little extra like ticka 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 or drum fill or something, they give you a signal like, hey, wake up, time to drop a new beat, or time to mute a layer, or time to do something like that. And the audience gets that too. So if you have your rhythms programmed with sections that go through development, the people listening are going to know what to expect on the dance floor. They're going to know what to interpret when they're hearing something, like if it's the most important part or if it's breakdown or less important part. And it makes it so easy to create tracks when you have a skeleton of rhythm that just tells you what's going on. Why is that offbeat? Oh, quarter note. Oh, up tempo. Michael Tang answers your question. Oh, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Project sample rate to 44.1. Drop, receive, plugin, paste, session link. And what did Biv say? What was that one thing? Paste the link in top of the plugin. Oh, press connect. All right, thank you, Pivklit, for saying that, because I'm seriously writing down specific instructions so we can make a tutorial of how to get this working for everybody who comes later in the future and make it really easy for them to get connected and set up. Cool, who else is watching? Say hi, let us know. I don't know if I need to say this again, but what we're doing today is connecting Ableton directly out with the AudioMovers plugin, so my sound goes directly from my computer to yours without crappy YouTube conversions. Good, good, good. And it's 12:30. And then meanwhile, we're talking about some miscellaneous Mindbender beats. Did I ever do a crash? Did not do a crash resampling channel. Let's run through this one again. That's interesting. Let's see what this turns into. Okay, Mr. Melva says, my voice is lower than the music, might cut back on the music level just a touch. You should be hearing my voice only through the YouTube window and then the music through the AudioMovers in Ableton. Is that right? If you click the link and have a browser tab with AudioMovers, then it probably is going to be louder. But that's a really good comment because clearly you need to hear me and the music at the same time. So let me know where you're hearing my voice, if you're getting that from YouTube in a browser tab or what, because I want to have that going. Oh, Paul Robinson, got it, seeing it in Ableton. Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, I like this sound right here. Wah, wah, wah. Oh my God. This is my favorite one so far. What if we get that other loop going on again? All right, let me know if anybody else has questions or if you just came in, you don't know what's going on. We're just setting up some tech for communicating across Ableton outputs and inputs with the ListenTo plugin from AudioMovers, which is free for you to download and grab. Mr. Melvis, got it on your side. Okay, I'm not sure if you saw the beginning. What we're trying to get to is eventually having all of our voice and Steve on camera happening inside Discord. So you can see the screen, hear me, and see me in Discord. And then the audio is going to be in a separate pipeline through Ableton. So it's like pristine audio quality and live. So I can teach details of reverb and EQ and compression and even mastering. We could even compare, we could do a session to compare master versions with high quality audio like this, which we could try on YouTube, but I don't know if it would be that effective. So that's going to be a big advantage. And then hey, Piv, what's going on with voice channels in Discord? Do you do that with other groups? I have only done that a couple of times. It wasn't working for me, right? But I don't think I set it up properly. So what I'd like to do is just get like a weekly Q&A, a hangout, and have people just hang out and chat on Discord. And I know they upgraded the audio quality in Discord recently so that when you have more people join a voice channel, the audio stays at the same quality for everybody. The old way was like the more people who joined, it would split the quality and degrade, so it would get worse and worse after a bunch of people. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. So hopefully we'll be able to do some really cool voice hangouts, possibly move track feedback completely over to Discord with AudioMovers. Perfect. Good. Oh, by the way, Mr. Melvis, the Melvis and Mindbender project, I got to listen on the master of your guitar work on that track. It sounds good. That's super exciting. And it's wicked cool northeastward. Wicked cool that people are collaborating, connecting, and making good sound on these projects. Yeah, ask the kids. They're the experts in Discord hangouts and everything. Oh, man. Cool. All right. This workshop it's a success for what I wanted to do today. We were able to have some new people come in, download the plugin, get it set up within a few minutes, and hear the sound. And apparently the visual synchronization is okay. So you can see my screen share and hear the audio, and it's close enough that it makes sense when I mute and unmute and when I move stuff. It's not like a 10-second delay or something. Anybody else got questions? You know what to do. Just write it down on a piece of paper, stuff in some flattened sheets of 24 karat gold, and then mail it to me. Paul Robinson, missed the beginning. I just repeated everything. Yeah, having it all on Discord would be cool. Audio through Ableton. Because you know how we're having like on track feedback on SoundCloud, like the high frequencies are missing, or I'm trying to get around the problem of data compression. All the streaming services in the world have some sort of data compression to optimize for voice and mobile and whatever. So if we can just get super high quality audio coming through this way, we can have better communication of what's going on and not have to fight against trying to EQ a SoundCloud playlist or something. And then the part about connecting on Discord with voice channels. And that's super fun. Oh, and here's another cool thing about Discord. Don't let me forget this part. Down here with these voice channels at the bottom, you don't need me to do that. So we can have a voice channel that's called like, weirdos who are up late or something. And then whenever you go to Discord, you can just click into it, initiate a voice chat, and whoever else is online can just come in. So you don't need to wait for me to start a YouTube broadcast and then start the chat and see who else is in there. It's like I don't know, open source video meetings. You don't need a private link or anything. We can have voice channels like the track feedback crew. Actually, there's a channel set up that's locked. So only the people who are in the track feedback crew can get here. But the other people could click in, free talk or whatever, and just start a voice channel chat and make it happen just like that. Not you. What am I doing over here? Starting to feel like I've been listening to this song for a little while. There's that one, that one. And that one's looping. Could listen to that all day. So if anybody else here has questions, let me know. Otherwise, I might wrap it up because this is pretty much what I wanted to get accomplished for today. And we don't need to sit here talking about the same thing 9,000 times, maybe 8,000 times. Watch out now. That's kind of interesting. I just did a little reverse kick to go with this sound over here. Whoop, whoop. I wonder what would happen. It's drum rack day. Speaking of DJ Waters smashing up kick drums and everything. You know what I might do is this. And oh, that's fun. I never did that before, layering a whole entire kick drum reversed with the first one. And that, and maybe take this down a little bit. So I got a high frequency loop, mid-range loop, call that our bass loop, and our kick drum. There it is, the beat for the day. Okay, 12:45. Let me know who is here watching around if you have any questions or anything. To wrap it up, what we did was looked at the plugin called ListenTo from AudioMovers, again for the 15th time today. And what you do is download this and grab it out of your plugins folder and drop it on a track. And a couple things you want to pay attention to are set your project sample rate to the same as the person broadcasting, which is going to be 44.1 for me. And then you grab the session link, which is like kind of like, well, like any other link, I guess. And you paste it into your plugin on the receiver and press connect. And you'll start getting audio directly through your Ableton program and your own audio interface and your own speakers to hear in high quality version what I'm transmitting with great synchronizing. And then after that, we can just hook up on video and have our voices and cameras anywhere we want, like anything on Discord or on another program or whatever. So this is going to be a nice advantage for us. And I might have to do another one of these workshops on Facebook and a couple more of them to get everybody in here. But I think it's going to be fun to play with. So if you have any questions, let me know right now. I'm going to end this broadcast in a minute because we basically got it done. And thanks again especially to PivClit for the testing help and advice. Mr. Melvis for giving us details, and Paul. And then Morton Mindbender for sharing these really cool audio stems that I'm chopping up and playing with that you can find in the Discord server. And for being on the scene to help with testing AudioMovers and everything. And just for review, AudioMovers is this site. You can read a little bit about what it does, or you can just go down to the bottom and grab from the downloads page. Choose your platform. You all can figure that part out. And what's kind of cool is, so in the YouTube video, you can see there's this link that's the session link for the receiver plugin. When you click that link, you have another option to just listen to it in the browser window. That's coming from my computer output. So if you're not in your studio and you don't have your audio interface and your monitors and everything, you can still catch a link from this stuff and grab it through a web browser and get, I guess it's pretty high quality. I'm not sure if it's going to be the exact same thing, but I think maybe possibly it will, depending on what your audio conversion is after this link. So that's a pretty interesting option. Back in the early 2000s, there was some early options for sending Pro Tools out through an internet stream. Not inside Pro Tools, it was like some other thing. And we were all like, no way, how could that even be possible? This was like before YouTube even. And then they were like, yeah, it's for like if David Bowie wants to work with somebody in LA and everything. And it was like some crazy expensive thing that nobody could even do. But the idea was there to have these private streaming audio sessions. And they're going to be like, you could overdub a saxophone from like New York or whatever. And we were like, oh, wow, cool. But now you can actually do it with a free plugin, which is pretty damn cool. Are we out of that reverse beat? I guess so. All right, I don't see any questions coming in, so I think that might be it. This might be something I got to play around with some more. Whoop, 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 whoop. Who wants to sit here and watch me do that? Okay, you know what I'm going to do for the last note? Tomorrow we have track feedback, and I want you to join us in Discord, and this is getting cooler and cooler and cooler. So for the last thing, during the month of January, you can sign up and join us in Discord and get into the track feedback crew for only $15 a month. Normally, this is $25 a month, and it's worth twice as much as that for the value of what you get from other people helping you make your music sound excellent and feel good about what your mixes are doing. I know it's easy to play music and get excited about it. That's why we do it. But you also need to be confident that when you make a mix and export it, it's going to sound as good for other people as it sounds for you. So that's what we do in the track feedback crew. We give you tips on sound design, song structure, and mixing, as well as general encouragement to keep going and a sense of how much you have to do until it's done. Because sometimes you don't know when your track is done. And sometimes people hear it and they're like, dude, this is done. Paul just realizing we can record samples live. Yes, absolutely. So if you have been watching this video or you're watching the replay, please join us in the track feedback crew. It's going to be only $15 a month from now until January 31st, so Monday after the weekend. And you can sign up and lock in that price for the whole time as long as you want and get into our Discord channels where you can post tracks in any genre you're producing. Check out the activity we got going on here. Mind-bending acid tracks, that's basically Morton's channel. Everything else, there's a whole bunch of non-tempo, off-rhythm beats or whatever. Techno list. Everyone that's highlighted has been updated since Wednesday. We got down-tempo tracks. There's a whole section, DnB, down-tempo, electronica, hardstyle, hip-hop, house. We don't have a lot of hip-hop and dubstep, but it doesn't matter. You can put that in there. House tracks. These are genre-specific feedback channels, which means you can get feedback from people making the same style of music as you, and they know about what you're trying to achieve, so the feedback's going to be helpful. Then above that, we have all the normal stuff that we do on Facebook, like plugins, sales, memes, inspiration, or whatever, general talk, production talk, and the rules and stuff. This is all inside the Mixitecture server. Now you can join the Discord server for free and get access to all this kind of chat stuff about like, who had a new release or what music is getting you excited or something. We fool around a little bit. We have a good time. Keep it clean. But if you want to get into the feedback channels and be able to post links and get really useful feedback from other people, you got to sign up and join us. And when I say useful feedback, I mean timestamp comments about specific things you need to change to make your tracks better. And you can put your own threads. Like look at this one for Canada, right? A track called Black Desert. He posted the link up top a while ago, and he can come back in here and check every comment, every version, every update for a couple of weeks, new version, all the way through until the track is done. Imagine on Facebook, if you post a link a week ago and some people put some comments and then it disappears for a few days and then there's a new comment. If you're trying to find that on Facebook and get all those comments and make use of them, it's hard. It's going to be buried 5 miles down the feed, and it's going to be really hard for you to get all those comments and translate them into mix updates to make your track better. But in Discord, you can set up a private thread for your own channel with only people in the feedback crew giving you feedback, which is amazing. It makes it so much easier, speeds up your workflow, and the people making tracks are making a lot of progress, getting new releases, having things come out on Beatport, getting them mastered and everything. That's what it's really all about. So go to patreon.com/mixatexture, sign up for $15 a month. You can do it on PayPal or whatever. You'll get right into Discord and activate the channels so you can share your mixes and make some progress with us. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been our AudioMovers workshop on how to connect Ableton through the ListenTo plugin. And I'll see you tomorrow for track feedback, 12 o'clock noon. You know what to do. Get your links in on Discord and update them and let me know so I can grab them. And if you have any questions, type them in on the chat or put them in Discord, and that's going to be it. All right, thank you so much for helping me test this. It really means a lot. I'm super glad we got this working, and I think it's going to be a big update for the group. So that's it for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Any last questions? Nope. We're good. All right, bye.